Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on November 2, 2023. 15 Israeli soldiers killed as fighting intensifies in Gaza. The Guardian, Israel, losing metric advantage, in its ground operation, analyst. Al Jazeera English. Israeli support for Gaza offensive is strong, despite military suffering first significant casualties. Sky News, Israeli says 15 soldiers killed since ground incursions in Gaza, France 24 English. France 24 English, gallant on deaths of soldiers, hard and painful blow, but we are ready for a long campaign. UN official who denounced Gaza genocide had been under review after Israel lobby complaint. The Guardian, unofficial says dismantle Israel, pitches new solution for Palestine dispute in final letter. Hindustan Times, Q&A, former UN official Craig Mokhiber on Gaza and genocide. Al Jazeera English, top UN official resigned citing "genocide" in Gaza Strip. WION, top UN diplomat resigned citing textbook case of genocide in Gaza. Tiredness on all sides over war in Ukraine, Italian PM tells prank caller. The Guardian, Giorgia Meloni says European leaders are tired of Ukraine war in prank call. The Telegraph, Meloni talks about Ukraine fatigue in Russian prank call. Euractiv, Giorgia Meloni says world tired of Ukraine war in Russian prank call. The Times, Italian premier falls victim to prank call by two Russian comedians. Cornell student in court over anti-Semitic threats. BBC, Cornell University student accused of posting online threats about Jewish students appears in court. The Independent, opinion, I thought I'd be safe from anti-Semitism at my college. I was wrong. Ukraine reports most extensive Russian shelling of the year. Arrest warrant reveals Maine shooting suspects' possible motives. Live updates. The Independent, Maine shooter's family warned local sheriff about his mental health months before shootings. CBC News, why was Maine shooter allowed to have guns? Questions swirl in wake of massacre. George Santos easily survives House expulsion vote. BBC, George Santos survives attempt to expel him from US House. Li Keqiang funeral in China brings out crowds despite suppression effort. The Guardian, Gravitas, will Keqiang's death spur anti-Xi campaign in China? WION, he understood me, death of China's former premier sparks mourning, and the way to air frustration with Xi era. CNN, crowds gather near a state funeral home as China's former premier Li Keqiang is put to rest. ABC News, China lowers flags to half-mast on former premier Li's cremation day. Israel-Gaza, children must be off-limits, says father of abducted kids. BBC, family member of Hamas hostages wants unconditional release, says time is of the essence. CBC News, 5 hostages of Hamas are free, offering some hope to families of more than 200 still captive. The Independent, family member of Israeli hostages speaks out. NBC News, we want proof of life, mother of hostage taken by Hamas makes desperate plea. I simply don't want to die at 24 Gaza woman trapped at Rafah crossing. Criminals and sanctions-busters exploiting UK secrecy loophole. Suspected mushroom poisoning. Australian woman arrested over 3 deaths. BBC, Erin Patterson arrested over fatal mushroom lunch that killed 3 in Gippsland, Victoria. Daily Mail, Australian police arrest host of lunch that left 3 guests dead from suspected mushroom poisoning. The Independent, Erin Patterson arrested after deadly mushroom lunch in Victoria, 9 News Australia. Israel-Hamas war live. Biden calls for pause in conflict as the US promises more foreign nationals will exit Gaza in the coming days. The Guardian, Israel-Gaza live news. Biden calls for humanitarian pause as fighting rages. BBC, Biden voices support for humanitarian pause in Israel-Hamas war. Al Monitor, Netanyahu is an albatross around Biden's neck. Financial Times, why the war in the Middle East is politically risky for Biden. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.